Hi students, today we are going to study the chapter Atoms and Molecules. In the previous chapters we have learned that everything in the universe is made up of matter and that matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. Today we will learn what matter is made of in the chapter Atoms and Molecules. Ancient Greek philosophers Democritus and Leucippus suggested that if we go on dividing matter, a stage will come when particles obtained cannot be further divided. Democritus called these indivisible particles atoms. Atoms means something which cannot be divided further. Just like buildings are formed from many rooms, and rooms are formed from many walls, and walls are formed from bricks. Every matter is made up of atoms. The basic fundamental unit of a wall or a building is bricks. Similarly, fundamental unit of matter is atoms. The smallest particle of an element that can possibly exist is known as an atom, while molecules are a cluster of atoms bonded together, representing the tiniest basic unit of a chemical compound which can take part in a chemical reaction. Atoms are extremely small and measure at less than 0.1 to 0.5 nanometers. By the end of the 18th century, scientists recognized the difference between elements and compounds, and naturally they became interested in finding out how and why elements combine and what happens when they combine. Famous scientist Lavoisier laid the foundation of chemical sciences by establishing two important laws of chemical combination. These are law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. According to the law of conservation of mass, matter can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. Matter remains conserved. This means that the mass of reactants will be equal to the mass of products. Law of constant proportions. It states that a pure chemical compound contains the same elements combined together in a fixed proportion by mass. For example, if we take water from a river or from an ocean, both has oxygen and hydrogen in the same proportion. As already learned, an atom is the fundamental structure of an element, which cannot be broken by any chemical means. The atoms of every element are given certain symbols. The symbols for representing an atom are generated from the first two letters of the element's name. The first letter is always in the uppercase or the capital letters, while the second letter is written in lowercase. For example, aluminium is written as capital A and small l. Argon is written as capital A and small r. Barium is written as capital B and small a. The laws of conservation of mass and constant proportions were given, but an appropriate explanation was still awaited on them until John Dalton came up with his theory called the Dalton's atomic theory, according to which the matter is made up of indivisible particles known as atoms. The properties of all the atoms of a given element are the same, including mass. This can also be stated as all the atoms of an element have identical mass and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms of different elements combine in a fixed ratio to form compounds. Atoms are neither created nor destroyed. The formation of new products or the compounds results from the rearrangement of existing atoms or the reactants in a chemical reaction. The relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. Dalton's atomic theory suggested that each element has a distinguishing atomic mass. With this theory, the law of constant proportions could be easily explained. But it is indeed difficult to evaluate the mass of an atom since the size of an atom is relatively small. Therefore, scientists started evaluating the mass of an atom by comparing it with the mass of a standard atom. Earlier, 1/16 of the mass of an oxygen atom was used as a standard for calculating the mass of other elements. Now, carbon 12 is considered a standard atom for calculating mass. Its atomic mass is 12 mu. That is 12 atomic mass units, which is abbreviated as mu or mu. Thus, we can say that one atomic mass unit is the mass of 1/12 the mass of a carbon 12 atom. Atomic masses of a few elements are hydrogen 1 mass unit, carbon 12 mass unit, nitrogen is 14 mass unit, atomic mass of oxygen is 16 mass unit, sodium is 23 mass unit, magnesium is 24 mass unit, sulfur is 32 mass unit. Can atoms exist independently? The answer is no. Atoms cannot survive independently. So, atoms join together and form molecules or ions. Like two atoms of hydrogen join together to form H2, that is the molecule of hydrogen. A molecule is a collection of various atoms that combine chemically with each other. These atoms are bound together by certain forces of attraction. Atoms of the same elements or different elements can bind together to form molecules. Therefore, a molecule is the smallest particle of a substance that can exist independently and shows all the properties of that substance. The molecules of an element are formed by combination of similar types of atoms. For example, helium is made up of only one atom, while oxygen is made up of two atoms. The number of atoms in a molecule of an element is called its atomicity. For example, helium is monoatomic. Oxygen is diatomic. It exists as O2. When an element comprises of a single atom, for example, all metals, they can be diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic, or polyatomic. Diatomic means when an element comprises of two atoms. Example is all the gases. Triatomic is when an element comprises of three atoms. Tetraatomic is when an element comprises of 4 atoms. Polyatomic is when an element comprises of more than 2 atoms. Argon exists as monoatomic. Helium exists as monoatomic. whereas oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and chlorine are examples of diatomic. This means argon and helium are written as Ar, which is their symbol, or He, but oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and chlorine are written as O2, H2, N2, and Cl2. Phosphorus is tetraatomic. Tetra means 4. Phosphorus is written as P4. Sulfur is polyatomic. It is written as S8. Molecules of compounds are made up of atoms of different elements that combine together in a fixed proportion. For example, water comprises of 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Ammonia or NH3 has 3 hydrogen atoms and 1 nitrogen atom. Carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon and 2 oxygen. Hydrochloric acid or HCl comprises of 1 hydrogen atom and 1 chlorine atom. Nitric acid or HNO3 is formed by 1 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen and 3 oxygen atoms. Iron is a particle that has a positive or a negative charge. An anion is negatively charged ion, while a cation is positively charged ion. There can be a single charged atom in an ion, or there may be a group of charged atoms in an ion that have a net charge on the compound. When a group of atoms carries a charge in a compound, it is called a polyatomic ion. Each compound is represented by their chemical formula, which is written by using the symbols of elements they are made of. Like water or H2O is written by using symbols of hydrogen and oxygen. To write a chemical formula, we must know the symbols of elements and the valency. Now, what is valency? Valency is the ability of an atom to gain or lose electron in order to achieve the stable configuration. It refers to the ability of an element to combine with the other element. Valency is obtained by determining the number of electrons in the outermost shell, also called the valence shell of each atom of an element. The hydrogen ion is represented as H+, which means that valency is 1 here. Similarly, the oxygen ion is represented as O2, which means its valency is 2. We will be studying about valency in detail in the next chapter. For writing a chemical formula, there are certain rules. Valencies of the ions must be balanced. In case where both metals and non-metal substances are present in a compound, the name of the metal is always written first in the chemical formula. For example, sodium chloride is written as NaCl. Polyatomic ions means having ions of many elements. In these, formula is written in brackets before writing the number of ions associated to it. In case of a single ion, there is no need to mention the ion in the brackets. For writing this formula of simple compounds, write the symbols in the corresponding elements of the compound. Write the valencies of the elements of the compound. Cross over the valencies of the elements, and you get your chemical formula. For example, if you want to find out the formula of aluminium chloride, you write the symbols of aluminium and chloride side by side. Aluminium is Al and chloride is Cl. write their charges below them. Aluminium charge is +3 and chloride charge is -1. Now cross these. Aluminium is with -1 charge of chloride and chloride is with +3 charge of aluminium. When we cross these, we get AlCl3.